Okay, so we're here for hip flexor video number 2, right? This is about the myofascial release. So if I've talked to you about MFR or myofascial release, this is the second part of the hip flexor video. The hip flexors are where our hips plug into our pelvis on both sides. In video 1, we were using the ball to work on points numbers 1, 2 and 3. This is video number 2, so for this you're going to want something like this. This, I think, is some sort of wooden spoon type strainer thing. Dibbers work really well, spurtles work really well. Anything that's got an end that's a bit thicker than your finger. This is probably a bit thin and it's probably a bit pointy, but you want something that's blunt and a bit thicker than your finger, and I'm going to show you what to do. Okay, so you're going to lay down for this one. And so we're looking for an area called the psoas muscle. This is what the ancient Greeks used to call the seat of the soul, so it's quite a special thing, and you'll see why when I get to it. We're going to get used to finding that bony bit on the front of the pelvis again. Now remember, for the ball work we were pointing the fingers, we were taking them down. For the psoas work we're going to be using the wooden spoon handle, and we're going to be going up. So as soon as you stop feeling that bone, when you come up, that's where we're going to start to apply some compression. And it's going to look like this. I'll show you on this side. There's the bone, there's my bony bit. So if I take it up from there, and now I just very, very gently just, if I do it this way, we're going to compress down, and then we just circumduct in there. And we're looking to try to feel some tender spots, yeah? If you can't feel any tender spots in here, don't panic. It's still worth getting in here and just working that area up. Now we can take that stick slightly further up. Yeah. And yeah, it's always worth telling people that are likely to see you, like people that you live with, what you're doing, because if they walk in and see you doing this, they might think you're trying to, you know, disembowel yourself in some samurai act of restoring your family's honour. Yeah. So that's what it looks like. Yeah. And the most common question people ask about these exercises is, well, how often should I do it and how long do I do it for? And there's really no right or wrong answer here. The more time you spend doing these exercises, the quicker you are going to get the tissues to a point where you are going to get the responses. So remember, if this is the front of your body and this is the back, the stronger you are through the front, through these hip flexor areas, it's going to pull your posture, it's going to pull your top half over in front of you, which is going to distort your whole weight distribution when you're moving and make your movements much less efficient. It's going to build wear and tear in your structure much quicker than it has to. So this is another exercise that's really useful for getting that to there, or it's a very good first step towards getting that to there. Every day, you should be doing these exercises every day, and I would say a minimum of 10 seconds. 10 seconds is enough to start getting the tissues to change. It's also short enough to keep it appealing, if appealing is a word that you can use for this kind of sensations, because this should be pretty uncomfortable. But it also means that you can get down and do it really, really quickly. So if you think in terms of, you know, if you're doing all those 3 hip flexors plus this psoas hip flexor, each one of those 10 seconds, it's only going to take you 80 seconds, right? So, you know, you can do this in the morning before you get going. This would increase your efficiency of movement through the day. You could do it again when you get in from work. You could do it at lunchtime. You could do it, you know, before you go to bed. You can do it in a commercial break. You can do this. The more often you can do these exercises, these corrective procedures, the more efficient your movement's going to be, and you're going to get all the benefits of having better health, less pain, more mobility, better comprehension of what your body's capable of doing, less stress, this sort of shrinking sphere that your world's going to implode and you're going to be stuck immobile and infirm. Doesn't have to happen, but it does require a little bit of work from you. So there you go, that's the myofascial release video 2 for the hip flexors using your wooden spoon. Okay, right, see you in the next video.